All right, we are live, and welcome to the Samurais of Sound Community Hub. My name is Austin David Coffey. I am the production manager for Samurais of Sound and Strawberry Hill Studio. That is where I am sitting on this fine evening. We are located just across the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco in Marin County, California. And we do lots of things. We work on through the studio. We work on video game projects, occasionally anime projects. I do music production for those projects, audio production, recording engineering, voice acting. Through Samurais of Sound, we have a big network of professional voice actors who we are putting on regular workshops with. So I coordinate with those voice actors to put things together, and I'm also the community manager for all of the members. We have a really great community, and many of you already know that. I see some familiar faces, so welcome, welcome, welcome. And I would love to hear a little bit about y'all's stories. Maybe if we could start with Savannah. Savannah, welcome.
Hi. Did you want just to know why I wanted to get into voice acting or
That sounds perfect. Yeah. What is it about voice acting that captures your imagination?
um well, I always just thought it was really cool how people could bring stories to life. Growing up I was very into cartoons and anime and everything just fictional that you can't necessarily bring to life with normal acting. And I always thought it was really, really cool to be able to do that and thought it would be fun to do.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's all very true, and you've definitely come to the right place. We are all about voiceover for games and anime specifically, and we'll take a look at what some of that looks like in a few minutes. But I'm noticing Lawrence is an old friend of mine, and I haven't talked to him in a long time. Welcome, Lawrence. Great to see that you made it.
Hey Austin, it's I was actually just talking to Raj last week, and when the Strawberry Hill music came to my feed, I saw you were there. I was telling Raj the first time I got to Academy of Art, I think you were the first person I met, and it might be vice versa.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, no, I kind of want to, just to see my guy again. But what I've been doing the last, ever since we graduated, I've been doing music. I work at Empire Distributions. I've got to work with many record labels and many artists. But while I was in school, I was also doing a lot of acting. And just recently, like last month, I was doing some voice acting for the Twitter AI Grok. I guess I was helping, not really by choice, but I was helping to develop their AI answering like their voice. I forget the word, but I was basically
So you were basically kind of lending like your tone to the AI so that it can become more human like and more realistic and more pleasant for people to interact with, essentially.
exactly. There you go.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
voice recognition. That was the word I was looking for.
Oh,
So I was
improving voice recognition.
Yeah, so basically, I
Mm.
was acting as Gronk. There was moderators, and uh, I was just basically giving information, and I was doing that for it was a 3 week job. So that's what I've been doing, and I was like, you know what? Let's see how far I can take this.
Wow, that is amazing. So you were going in every day for 3 weeks to provide data for the voice recognition.
Yeah, so they would send scripts. I'm currently in my. I think I can even turn my camera on if that's okay.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
Yeah, so I'm currently in my recording studio. And you can see there's a booth right there. I have a mic. I brought the mic out here, and for every day, I was just reading scripts for an hour. Sometimes it'll be 3 straight hours, and I was just reading and reading. And that took up my month of February. The gig is now over, so I was like, okay, what else can I do? And then I was seeing Strawberry Hills music, and I remember Raj. So I was like, let me tap back in and see what kind of possibilities there are.
That is amazing. I'm so glad you did. And so cool to hear about that extended gig. That is amazing. And
Yeah.
wow, beautiful studio, by the way. Love the red. We have a red motif here going, of course. So wow, that is so cool. Definitely keep me updated on how that develops, because a 3-week gig. I wonder if they'll have any follow-up opportunities.
Yeah, they've have opportunities. They're doing it in like different languages. So I guess now it's like on to Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
There's some Spanish. There's Swahili. So like they're doing different languages for different countries at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow, that is amazing. Let's see. Moving on to Andrew. Andrew, welcome back, and tell us how your week has gone. You've been very consistent showing up at these community hubs, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you. It's pretty good. This week is just my spring break, so I'm just like chilling until next week because I have like a whole entire week and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been pretty much practicing on my voice acting for a bit on my free time
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and reading my script. So like here's the story because when I did like a little Bowser impression on Instagram, one of my friends were texting me like, "Oh, Andrew, you should probably be the voice of Bowser for Nintendo." I'm like, I don't want to replace the OG voice of Bowser. So I'm like, no, I was just doing the impression for fun. So,
Are you kidding? Go after that guy's job. You can be the next Bowser.
yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That we'll get started. As soon as we can, working on your scripts for your demo reel. Those were a lot of fun to write. So.
And thanks for registering me for next Saturday.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got that. I know there was a little mix up with your email, so I'm glad that it ended up
with
getting
storage. So
yeah, you're welcome to come. And for the rest of you, we'll talk a little bit about what that is, what we have going on. But that's on March 29th. Raj is doing his
next Saturday. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving on to Vincent. Hello, welcome, Vincent.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Of course, welcome. How's it going?
Oh, just pounding that pavement, trying to make that difference.
There you go. That's what we're all about. Wonderful. Okay. Let's see. Danielle. Danielle, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. I wanted to try out to see if I could get into voice acting. I only do like storytelling for my kids, so
that's wonderful. Oh my gosh. I'm sure your kids really appreciate that.
Yeah, they do.
We will talk all about what kinds of resources are available and to get your voice acting career started. So let's see. Evelyn. Evelyn, welcome. And Tess is joining us. Evelyn, are you there? Tess, let's move on to Tess. Tess, welcome. Welcome to the Samurai Sound Community Hub.
Or welcome, like I'm hosting the thing. Hello.
Hey, take it over.
Yeah, I just popped over. I was just in God, I think his name was what, Raj?
Oh, were you in the community webinar?
I was. I was like, oh, wait a minute. This isn't what I thought it was. It was awesome, but it wasn't what I thought it was. So I'm like, oh, wait, there it is. And I went to the website and here I am. So hello, I'm in South Carolina. I started voiceover with the dreams and visions of becoming audiobook narrator. Realized, and then stumbled into character acting, and now I love it.
Wow.
And here I am.
What is it that really captures your imagination about character acting specifically over audiobook? It's interesting.
Audiobooks. Okay, so plain speak, audiobooks, so much work. And I love it. But there's something about character work that cuts to the story so much quicker than a book and gets to the fun parts. Because in my opinion, being the character, whether it's in a book, in an anime, in somebody's project, is way more fun than telling the whole story.
That is a very interesting perspective. Well, you've definitely come to the right place. Well, have I met you before? You look a little familiar.
Couple times, yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Welcome back. We will be getting into more ways that you can get involved in the coming weeks and months. And I'm glad to see you back. I'm just pulling up the chat here, making sure I don't miss anything. Evelyn, you're welcome to weigh in if you have your mic.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm new to this, by the way, so hi. This is like the first time I've come.
Well, we're very glad to have you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, or what is it about voice acting that really inspires you?
Okay, so hi. My name's Evelyn. I'm 19 years old, a student in junior college, and I got into voice acting because I honestly thought it'd be very interesting to dabble in on it. I thought it'd be very fun to like explore multiple aspects of multiple characters, whether anime or animated series in general. Like I honestly just really felt really piqued and interested at the idea of trying voice acting for a change.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad that you came, and welcome. Miss Larissa, welcome back. Very nice to see you. Are you there?
I am indeed here. Oops, look, I've got my shutter on. There we go. Hi.
So wonderful to see you again. Welcome.
I'm a little perkier than last time. Sorry, I know I was completely exhausted last time I was in.
You were coming from that convention or that summit where you're talking about
The Women in
writing.
Publishing Summit. Yeah, it was amazing, but I was wrecked when it was finished.
So how's your week gone?
Oh, well, I've been having a good time. Like I said, I've been looking into running my own YouTube channel, and so I've been diving into things that are in the public domain. Oops, shutter. There we go. So I've been trying to find things that are in the public domain, finding that some Agatha Christie is in the public domain. That's good, but only the stuff that was published before 1928. Grumble mumble. The good news is Dracula totally in the public domain. I can read all the Dracula that I want. Like the red pages with blood.
Oh my gosh.
So, yes, that's good news.
That is wonderful.
Everybody,
so you're going to
look
do
at
reading?
the romantic Valentine's Day present my husband bought me.
Very nice.
My dad took a look at this and was like, wow, he knows you.
That is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Keep us updated on how your read goes. You're going to do the whole book, right? So how long you think that's going to take?
I don't know. I have not done a whole book yet. So I guess we'll see what happens with that. And I guess it'll also depend on whether I want to do the voices and whether I want to use Jonathan Harkin, whether I want to do him as I actually imagine me. It's really weird. It's like, I don't really imagine Bob actually at all. I say.
Wow.
And,
I hope you do the
want
voices.
to do Dracula so accurately it becomes incomprehensible.
That's
but
funny.
I have
we
an
were just talking
advantage
about
in that
audio
my
books.
dad and I would always do wow, he's not really very young. And sometimes we'd be out somewhere, something weird would happen. Like we'd be at the ballpark and someone didn't want to take our tickets, or we got completely wrong directions. We'd be like, what the heck is wrong with him? And then be like, oh, maybe it's Dracula. And, that would help us get through inept ushers at the ballpark and things like that.
To explain away the incompetency.
Yes.
Competence. Yeah, well, that is just so wonderful and touching. Oh my gosh, keep us posted on that project. Tess, did you want to weigh in on the whole audiobook conversation here?
No, I mean, I love listening to audiobooks. I love listening to them. And Miss Larissa, that sounded so much fun. So keep going. I was willing to listen to all of it. No matter how incomprehensible Dracula became, I'd be like, get it, girl. I loved it.
Wonderful.
Oh, forgive me. Let me drop it in the chat here. My search for stuff in the public domain has led me to this Bugnuts crazy website. Let me drop it in here. This place just collates stuff that is in the public domain, and there's some goofy stuff in the public domain.
And as a side note, I don't know if anyone knows about LibriVox.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good place if you to work on audiobooks if you just want to like dip your toes in. It's a good place to go that has public domain stuff that they put on the internet for free. That's all.
Oh,
Wow.
okay, yeah. Type in here. Let me give that a try. Oh, got this. Sorry about that. crap light
It's
on there.
basically a community of people that they'll take public domain stuff, split it up, and say, okay, who wants what section, and they'll automatically have editors, so they'll listen to it for you and put timestamps on where you would need to go and get it, clean it up or whatever. But
That sounds excellent.
it's really cool to for anyone who's interested in the I'll see if I can find the website and put it in the chat.
Let's see. I'll pull it up here.
Sounds great.
I'm
Thank
sharing
you.
my screen. Let me put it up in the stream as well. Okay, looks like we're good there. So, so Tess, what are we? Let's see. Walk us through what we're looking at here. Oh, okay. I was like, this doesn't look right. This is it? LibriVox.org. So like if I click on one, it'll take me to the audiobook.
Rose, What Are You Doing? By Amado Nervo. Read for LibriVox.
Looks like a portion of a. Looks like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, looks like this particular one is just one reader, but I'm sure that, let's see. Welcome, Leandrew. Very cool. So, this one's got a bunch of different readers. Great events in the history of North and South America. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Okay. Very cool. This is a really great resource that I'm excited to learn about. Right. Practice, and you can put it on your resume. You can put it on your website. It's great experience and a little insight into the different workflows of this industry. So, very cool. Okay, well, let's see. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the upcoming events that we have going on. I have updated the website a little bit with some stuff we have coming up. So we were talking earlier about the workshop that Andrew is going to. That's Raj's behind the scenes look at the Japanese US voice acting industry. So that one's coming up here in 10 days. We're really excited about that. Raj's going to have a very busy day that day because in the evening he'll be performing at DNA Lounge in San Francisco, a bunch of songs from Cowboy Bebop with Lotus Juice, who did the music for Persona 3. So that's really exciting. But in the morning he's doing this workshop, and he's going to talk about his experience living in Japan for 20 years and how he got started in the gaming and VO industry, and how that industry intersects with the one in the United States. So it'll be a really cool perspective. Andrew says it'll be 2 p.m. for Eastern time. I believe that is correct, 3 hours later. So this is going to be good, and we are still filling up seats. We still have open seats for this. I will provide a link if anyone is interested. I should check the stream as well. And again, if you are a Samurais of Sound member, of course, you will have 30% off the ticket. Okay. Let's see. I had updated the website with another event since we last spoke. That is Wendy Lee's auditioning for video games and anime. This was previously not on the public-facing side. This was in the member library. It still is, and it's here now too. Coming up here in just over a month, Wendy Lee is the director and voice actress from Cowboy Bebop and Bleach, and she's going to be talking about the auditioning process. She actually did, Wendy has been really involved in our community. She did a feature-length animated movie called Four Souls of Coyote, I think is what it's called. And that was with one of our Samurais of Sound members, Deontay Black, I think is his name. Yeah. And Deontay's wonderful. He comes to these events from time to time. And we will get Wendy on a community hub, and she can talk a little bit about the topics that she'll be covering in this intensive. So, but for now, just be aware that is coming up. Of course, you get 30% off as a member. There's something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Raj has been touring with Wendy. Wendy, of course, was the voice of Faye Valentine in Cowboy Bebop. And so she was the one that's been helping to put together these Cowboy Bebop live shows. I guess since I'm talking about it so much. Cowboy Bebop Live. I'll pull it up. And so they've been doing the music from the show. Of course, they have a big band, and Wendy's there doing some of the voice acting and stuff. So that's been cool that she's been touring with Raj. And anyway, any questions about any of those events coming up? All right. And then right after that, in June, Karen Strassman, who we love to work with, is doing an anime dubbing workshop where you'll get some practice dubbing for with anime footage. We're probably going to use Bleach and some other anime. So that's going to be really fun if you've never tried dubbing before. That's a whole world in and of itself when it comes to voiceover, and Karen is incredibly talented and experienced with regards to. Of course, yeah. I'm talking about upcoming events. In June, Karen Strassman is going to be doing her anime dubbing workshop. Karen, you may have heard her on Code Geass, Persona 3, K-On!, and Bleach. And we will probably be leaning into Bleach for this workshop as we practice our dubbing skills. And she's going to be able to guide you along that process as well. So, as usual, well, yeah, you got to eat first, right? Yeah, absolutely. Yep, like I said, Samurais of Sound members get 30% off, so it would lower the price down 30% from $249.99. So that's what? $249. That'd be $174. Yeah, and we'll give you a discount code for the membership on this call, so you can join. The source is gonna. Okay, yeah, that'll be good timing. After that, we have Karen Strassman, and then we're actually this is Karen Strassman again. She's doing Creatures and Monsters voiceover, but this is kind of breaking news. But we're talking with Andrea Toyas, who we've worked with in the past, casting director for Blizzard Entertainment. She's gonna be doing probably her I think it's her casting director for a day workshop. Let me make sure I have that right. We're still firming up the details. Yep, casting director for a day. So that's going to be a lot of fun. More details will be coming out about that workshop soon. So stay tuned. Any questions about upcoming events or I guess membership benefits too? Wonderful question. So we're going to go log in and you put in your password, email, and then once you're in, you scroll down here past the upcoming events and it's going to be in member discounts. I can't click on it here because it has some of those codes in it. But if you click on that, you'll see the codes for the events. There's also links that you can just click that will take you to the checkout page with the link, the discount already pre-filled. So any way you want to do it, you can either grab the discount code and plug it in yourself or just use those links. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, 30% off on all of our events. And of course, that the roleplay workouts you can attend for free as a member. Members play free. That coupon code is also found in the same spot. Okay. Good question. Any other questions? Oh, Andrew Tabay. Is there a way I can update my email for my membership with my new one? Yeah, we will. Let's work that out once we get the Yeah, that's a good question. I'll have to look into that because I know that the way that we're getting it through our system is a specific way for you, Andrew. So we have to make sure it's tied to the right account. Yeah, I'll talk and figure that out. Yeah. Courtney has a question. How do you sign up for coaching? Great question. Courtney, you are a white belt member, I suppose, and yeah, the basic pack. Yeah, so you have the white belt membership. You're looking to upgrade to the red belt membership for private training with either myself or Raj. That is accomplished through member discounts as well. In fact, let me double check how far I can go with this. I can click on it once. Okay, let me click on this and show you just a little bit because we're talking about it a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of discounts in here, but what you're focused on here is 50% off upgrade to premium. This should say to red belt. We recently rebranded the wording there. 50% upgrade to premium for private lessons. If you click on that, you can access the discount code that lets you upgrade for 50% off. And that basically is a pretty good value, and you're just paying for the studio time over the course of the year at that point, and you'll get some really top-notch training. It's a really great way to improve very quickly. The people I've noticed with these who have been doing the private training have had really great things. Actually, Raj is in the middle of a private lesson right now with one of our members, Gavin Kidder. They've been doing this for almost a year. Quite a while. Gavin got in really early, and has just come leaps and bounds. So we have a lot of fun with the private training. Does that answer your? Let's see. Geez, how can I tell? Oh yeah, great question. But hold on, Courtney, did I answer your question? Basic. Yes. Okay. Perfect. And okay. Moving on to Tess. How can I tell what kind of membership I have? That's a great question. So just to answer that really comprehensively here, if we go to the membership page, we look at all the different tiers. There's 3 tiers: white belt, red belt, black belt. If you're asking, the answer is probably white belt. The difference is red belt gets you that private training, monthly 30-minute sessions. Black belt gets you double the private training. And by the way, they all come with all the standard white belt benefits. Black belt gets you double the training, plus your demo reel included, which your demo reel is like your calling card. That's how you get onto the casting websites, you get agents, everything. So that's included. You get a discount already, 20% discount on the demo reel production with the white belt. But if you want to just go ahead and bake it in for an even bigger value, it's a bigger discount. you can pay for it up front with the black belt. You also get 8 workshop tickets, which is on pace with about one per. It's about a year of workshops. We do about 8 per year. So if you want to just go the extra mile and get it all paid for with the best value, that's what the black belt is designed for, and the red belt is to design to get started with your private training, essentially. Really, really fast way to improve your skills, learn. We have members who are learning voice acting, practicing scripts for their demo reel, even practicing music production and music performance, singing. Raj and I are both vocalists and have lots of experience with recording engineering, voice acting, music composition. So lots of different things, writing, game mastering, lots of different. Let's see, can I? Oh yeah. So to answer your question, I got a little distracted. What this looks like, I have a lot of tabs open. What this looks like in your membership library, the only difference, I'll go back here, is if you are a red belt or a black belt, you will see this product here, book your private training. And when you click on that, you can access Raj's calendar, my calendar, or either one of our calendars if you don't mind who you're booking with. And people sometimes ask, is it okay if I start with one and then I book with another? Yes. Nobody's feelings are going to get hurt. You can book with either one of us if you don't mind who. So this calendar is available to red belt and black belt members. That's the only difference as far as what you can see here. Everything else will be the same. Miss Larissa says, I would like to get some drawing/cartoon of myself so I don't have to put my photo everywhere. Can you by chance recommend an artist who can do a cartoon portrait which is not a caricature? That is a really good question. A lot of people I've noticed are switching from profile photographs to these kinds of graphic design, character kinds of profile pictures. Trying to think if I know anyone like offhand who's been using those for a while. That is a really good question. Yeah, no, I really appreciate that question. That's very interesting. You can definitely get it done on Fiverr. Now I'm curious. I might start asking people if I notice in like Google. People use Google, their Google profiles will be like that. I've noticed. So I'll ask around and keep you posted if I find out anything. Yeah, Andrew Tabay says I'm actually good at drawing. Evelyn says I'm decent. So we might have some takers right here in our community. So that would be another great question for the Samurai as a Sound community server. To post not in the competition area, but in the forum, the community forum would be a great place for that. Right. Yes. Yeah, the community server is a really great place to hang out and post creative projects, ask for feedback, also participate in the weekly and monthly challenges we have going on. That's going to be the Samurai as a Sound community server right here. It's also available as an app, as is the member library. Those links to download the app are right here at the top. Let's see. Yeah, right here, first two. Someone has a decent set of lungs. That's Gavin. Gavin's doing his singing lesson. He's the singer in a band. And so what he does a lot with his private training is he'll work with Raj on his singing as well. I'll have my first one-on-one lesson with Gavin next week. Booked with me. Yeah, you can use Miss Larissa, you can use the apps up here, or you can use it in the browser. And it's a great spot. It's a really, if you haven't taken the time, definitely scroll through. Right here, I'm on the forum, but if you go to the challenges, we do weekly practice challenges to keep people accountable with their voiceover training. And then we also do these monthly monologue series, 40, 16 challenge entries. We do these monthly monologue challenge series where I wrote this 12-part story, and you read the script, and there's like 5 or 6 different characters, and everyone's reading the same script each month. And so you can kind of compare notes with how the different people interpret the same script. And you can get some Samurai Sound credit if you win the challenge for those. $25. Kind of got a little derailed there, but I think I answered your question. Any other questions about, well, we're talking a lot about the membership. Listening to Gavin's wonderful singing, if you can hear that. Where do you go to see the challenges? Great. Yeah. He's probably got that one on his set coming up. So you'll scroll down to the Samurai as a Sound member community server. You click on that. And then they recently, the backend system that has built the server recently updated the interface here. You go down to on the left-hand side, you go down to challenges. It's also here on the right. So either on the left or on the right, you'll see it. And then the one that I recommend getting started with is the monthly monologue challenge. These are so much fun. Like, let's go February. You can see it's just a lot of fun to see how these are all members who are recording the same script, and people are just listening and learning. You know, it's good practice to go through the motions of recording and turning in quality work, right? To get some of that practice in. So there's also these practice challenges on a weekly basis. Oh, okay. Evelyn, let me throw a link in the chat here. I've been dilly-dallying. If you have 1 minute, I can give you a discount to join. 1 second. Okay, you can use any one of these links to join at the various tier levels, red belt, black belt, white belt, for 10% off. So that's a pretty good discount right there. If you open those up in your browser, you'll have them after the meeting ends. And thank you so much for joining us. Bye. Take care. Yeah, and anyone else who's interested in joining. Again, if you're interested in upgrading, that's fantastic. Don't use that link, though. That's a 10% discount, which is great. But if you already have the white belt and you're interested in upgrading to red belt, use the link in your membership. Okay. I have, changing gears just a little bit, I have a question for you guys. I think this would be a great place to sort of gauge interest. We're thinking about, am I still sharing my screen? Let me. Hi, Andrew.
I was in the washroom.
Okay.
To go take a pee.
No worries. As I was saying, wanted to gauge interest, and we're thinking about producing sort of like a loosely animated audio drama through the studio, sort of in the fantasy genre. We've been toying around with the idea, and I wanted to sort of gauge your interest. We were thinking about opening up the auditions for members first. I just kind of wanted to gauge interest in that.
Sorry about that. I just talked too loudly.
You said that you're thinking about doing it. Can you repeat the first part of it?
Yeah, we're toying with the idea for oh, Tess, I'll get to your question too. producing an audio drama that has some animated elements, would be videos. But basically, yeah, producing an audio drama that's sort of like fantasy themed through our platform, and basically opening up the auditions to our community, to our member community first.
Okay, that when were the auditions gonna be? Because that sounds very interesting for many of us to
Glad he brought.
kind of like get the experience of
Glad he brought.
going through like the process of how to get brought on to voiceover projects.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that people are interested. I see in the comments too. Yeah, we would be we would we haven't decided how like what the model is going to be, but we were thinking like a small revenue share for those that we cast, and again opening up the auditions for members. I'm writing I'm writing 10 episodes of like a season, and I just finished the first episode script and outlined the other 9 episodes. So we don't have a solid timeline on this yet because we're also feeling things out with some of the other agencies who we work with, like Anime Trending does a lot of like outreach for anime.
Also, I got a quick question. My favorite voice actor will be Bryce Pallenbrook and Emily Connors because they're working programs side by side.
Oh yeah.
That my fans and I have already watched, or played, or currently playing, or haven't watched, or haven't played yet.
Yeah, we work with Amber Lee Connors. We've done
there
are workshops of hers
about 2 years ago.
Yeah, there's workshops of hers in the membership archive. You can watch.
Oh, yeah, I do have them.
But does that so to answer your question, Lawrence, about the timeline? We're not super sure yet because we're still talking about different distribution options and feeling things out. But I would think within the year for sure, maybe sooner.
At least I know. At least you got the pilot. I know you said you get the rest of 9 more, but I think everything starts with the pilot. So that's probably like the main thing. I know the production side down the line, that's down the line. But you say you had the pilot, that's done, right?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, you're off to a great start already. You know that, but like that kind of gives me an idea of what's really going on.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm. It's just something that we've been really excited about is basically starting to produce our own content through our Samurai Sound platform, so that as a way of giving you guys the opportunity to gain some of that experience as well, and going through the auditioning process, the recording process, and we'll think about how what the model looks like. But it's very soon to be talking about this. But since you guys came to the community hub, I wanted to get your input, so I really appreciate that. Yeah, Andrew says it'll definitely help me to learn the skills of voice acting too. Yeah. I will answer Tessa's question. Any other questions about that, or reactions or thoughts?
I'm typing a thought in the chat. Give me a sec.
No worries. Yeah, I'm enjoying Gavin singing right now, so take your time.
I actually got a quick question. Do you guys do any in-studio auditions or any in-studio workshops?
We have done in-studio workshops in the past. We did one with Richard Epcar, that was like 2 years ago, and then we did one with Terrence McGovern. That was, I think, 2 years ago as well. And we often will do mixers in the studio. We did a holiday mixer in December where lots of our community came. And sorry, I just got distracted. So people will often book the studio to do their auditions. We have working voice actors. One lady, Gretchen Klein, who does voice acting. She also works at the San Francisco Symphony. She'll come in and do her auditions here. We'll also have the bands will rent the space out for rehearsals and stuff. But so yeah, people come in all the time and do recording. As far as hosting the auditions here, I don't know. I don't know if that would be. I mean, again, it's really early to be talking about it, so I don't know how it factors into our planning. But we would want to open the auditions up to everyone, all of our members first, but everyone, no matter where they are. So, but you know, an in-person audition wouldn't hurt, I suppose. Yeah, I'll have to definitely factor that into the discussion as I sort of continue this with my team, with our team and on the back end. So, but that, yeah, it's an interesting idea.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was something that just came to mind. And I've seen things where it could kind of like, especially like when it's remote, it could be any, you know, where. But if you are close to the main site or the main headquarters, I have seen it where it's like, you know, to bring in like chemistry wise, where if you have two people in a conversation, like in the animation, you bring them into the studio and they act it out to kind of bring that emotion. So it was just something that I wanted to see. So like you said, it's still early in the process, and it might be doable, but like it's one of the ideas that you're probably going to talk about it amongst team members to people who probably could be in person. So I appreciate you giving that information.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. I totally see the benefit, obviously, of meeting in person and doing the auditions, being there in the booth. But also a big part of our idea for this series is to bring value to the Samurai Sound membership, additional value. So and the members, when you go when you look at how many members are in the Bay Area, you know, there's only so many. So that would make that piece of it a little tricky. We definitely want to keep it open. We have members all over the world, so but that has definitely got me thinking, Lawrence. So I really appreciate that. Tess, I will get you to your question. I think Ms. Sources is more tied into this conversation. If you want to get good readers for the scripts, I am nearly through the Hollywood Gatekeepers program. They could absolutely provide good readers to provide coverage. I'll be ready soon myself. Oh my gosh. Can you speak to your experience in that program?
Certainly. Their primary focus so far is movies. You read the script for a movie and you provide coverage on it. And essentially what you're doing is reading it through and saying, okay, this stuff is great and this is stuff that could use work. So we read piles and piles of screenplays and we practice doing, however, all those statements and things like that. But if you have scripts and you want to have another pair of eyes on them, the Hollywood Gatekeepers program teaches script reading and teaches saying, okay, this part is a little long, maybe you could make it a little short, or this is the part where the narrative thread gets lost a little bit, or this scene seems inconsistent with this character's normal behavior. Is this on purpose? Are they possessed? And one thing that they do over there is they very much teach you make productive suggestions. Don't just pick on things. And they're always looking for places, jobs to place their graduates. So I'm sure they'd be pleased to talk to you. Another thing they would love to have is scripts that are not going to get produced. So they have fodder for the students to practice on.
That is really interesting and such a cool thing that you're a part of. Yeah, so you're essentially saying that there's ways that, I can get additional feedback on the script I've written from people who are viewing it through the lens of like Hollywood movies and making sure that everything is really top tier.
We're looking at through the sort of lens of the 5 plot points, inciting incident, build up, point of no return, climax, denouement, or more simply beginning, middle, end, and through line. What do you want? So if you're thinking that you're going to get hit with people who are like, okay, I've got the Blake Snyder 75-point system and you've missed these 13 points, you're not going to get that. It's a much simpler system. And you're also going to get people who have been very thoroughly trained to say, don't just write 10 pages picking on this script. Write 2 pages making productive suggestions for places where you could see improvement, and also write at least 1 big paragraph on something that really works.
Wow. So it sounds like that's a really great exercise in giving constructive criticism in general, which is a great skill.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, the program focuses on movie scripts, but the skills you learn are applicable to narrative in all of its forms.
Very cool. Yeah, I will definitely be checking in with you as we get further along this process. Tess, I provided you a very exclusive link that was really only supposed to be for Raj's webinar today, which is designed for people who are coming to Samurais of Sound fresh. But you can use that. It will expire. It's probably the best in terms of value. It's definitely the best value that we offer. Period. Like when you think about how everything's bundled together, it's a 15% off on the black belt, and that will, I did the math, it will still save you $100 after about $100 after the cost of your white belt membership. So it is still even a good value from that perspective as well. So other than that, we don't have really an upgrade system in place for the black belt. But if you're interested, definitely reach out to us, and we could probably work something out for you, because it sounds like you're really committed to investing in your career. So yeah, we can make it work. Let's see, Andrew says, is there going to be another Community Hub meeting next Tuesday? Because I was thinking about inviting my friend Javier. He also likes voice acting too, and he dreams of becoming a voice actor someday just like me. Oh, no, not Tuesday. Because, and Miss Ursa might know why, we're going to be goofing around. We have our role play. We have our role play workout next Tuesday, where we get to have fun and improvise in character. And if you tune into the stream, or Andrew, we're getting your membership squared away. So if you want to come, just email me and I'll register you for the event. And Javier can definitely tune into the stream. We live stream on YouTube, on Twitter X, and Twitch. So he can definitely tune in and drop questions and stuff, suggestions even, and ask any questions about the membership too. I can still field those as well. So.
Well, I have another question. Did I make a humongous mistake in the role play thing by picking a character who I don't need to do a special voice for?
If you think you did. I've been getting, no, the answer is no.
Maybe I should
absolutely
have been
not.
Dracula.
If you want to do Dracula, please bring Dracula. If you want to continue being the character you are, the kitty cat character, that is completely fine. It's really about how you're approaching it. You don't have to do voices to get good practice in with improv and specifically improv through like a role playing. What matters more is that you're putting yourself in that situation under those circumstances with your team and imagining and being very truthful to the imagined circumstances, and letting that guide your voice acting. And then the voice that you do is sort of just like a layer on top if you want to add it. But you can certainly get good role-playing practice in, good voice acting practice in without doing a special voice. In some cases, it might get in the way if you're trying to do a special voice and you're letting that take over and be the impetus for everything you do, because it's really about responding truthfully and building with your team, yes-anding and all that. So, but yeah, you can change your character. I just got an email from a member who wants to change his character. It's totally fine. The stats will be different. Like you'll just reset you just use fresh character stats. That's it. And for those of you who don't know, it's very simple to play. It's not Dungeons and Dragons. If you've ever played that, it's much simpler. No reading really. I mean, you can do a little bit of prep if you want, but it's a very easy system to play. But I guess to fully answer, Andrew, your question, the following Tuesday will be another community hub. So not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. if I can get that date. April 1st will be the next community hub. And if you want to register, I can actually give you the link here. So any other questions while I pull that up? Or comments or concerns or stray thoughts? I take that as a very high compliment. Confirmed, Miss Larissa says, having played with some people who would spend 3 days reviewing the rules before taking one step in the adventure, Austin runs a much more action-oriented game. I really appreciate that. I work hard to make sure that it doesn't feel like any work is being done. We can just launch straight into those situations, those reactions, and have fun developing our characters, working together as a team. With that in mind, I've actually streamlined the rule system even more. So we will take a moment at the beginning of the next session, as we always do, to go over the framework a little bit. But it's going to be even simpler, with the goal being to stay very flexible. Let's see. Next, Community Hub. Yeah, you can use that link to register for April 1st, Community Hub. And you don't have to register to attend. You'll get the link emailed either way. The registration is more of like a commitment, a reminder to show up. So, but yeah, absolutely, Andrew, bring your friends. That goes for anyone, please. Yeah, don't be afraid to bring people to these events or the community, to the role plays, or now we have those community webinars going on, which are specific for people who are joining the community or interested in what we are, who we do, what we are and who we do. So yeah. We'll save that for the role play. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that kind
Dad
of
is up in the corner watching. Hey, Austin, I have a request. In the adventure, can we encounter an owl? Because my character can't attain new metamorphoses until she encounters the creature, and I want to learn how to turn into an owl. So we need an owl.
Okay, noted. Yeah. You know what's funny? I was running a session with my friends just on Saturday, and they encountered this big owl, this cosmic owl that was ended up just being an illusion that was for something completely unrelated, but it was a big owl, so that's a funny coincidence. Yeah, I mean, yes, we'll throw an owl in there someday.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a big owl. It can be, a nice little owl, just, some owl.
I'll think about that.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, we're zeroing in on our 6:30 p.m. Pacific time ending time here. So any last words of wisdom as we depart for potentially 2 weeks?
Oh, so that's why. So what are you gonna do in 2 weeks, Austin?
I'll be right here in 2 weeks. I'll be
that
right
means
back
the following
at it.
week.
Yeah, just that is to say, we will be doing the role play workout next week. Which, if you want to register, since I'm just blabbing on about it, might as well provide.
I love to take that event, Austin, but I'm broke to the end of March.
Understandable.
Sorry about that.
And these roleplay workouts are definitely on a much more affordable price point than the some of the other voice acting training. Andrew says, let's see, hold on.
So tomorrow I'm off to go to the gym and work hard, do weightlifting and eating healthy to destroy that belly fat
There you
because
go.
I'm so fat.
Working hard.
But anyway, do you like sports like hockey or whatever?
Oh, I played sports in high school. I played soccer. And huge fan of exercise. I don't really like watch or follow sports or play sports anymore. Andrew says, "Are
I
you going to
see.
be at Raj's
Well,
class?"
I play soccer and basketball too, ever since I was 14. Ever since I was a child. I started playing basketball when I went to primary school, and I went to Child's League and I went to soccer pro when I was 14.
Very nice.
Right now, I'm playing basketball.
Well, let us know how your week of exercise is going, and do some voice acting training while you're at it. And
Oh, yeah,
Andrew, I will
because-
not be at Raj's class on March 29th.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't make it. Saturdays are
Personal
a little tricky
reasons,
for my
Austin?
Saturdays are a little tricky for my schedule, but
Because
you'll have to let me know.
Wait,
how...
I can do practice at least 20 minutes every 24 hours before wasting time on video game and watch anime.
It's always a good move. Okay, Leandrew, let us know how it goes, and Andrew, I'm looking forward to hearing how the workshop goes. And with that, I
It's
will bid you
Leandrew,
all.
not Andrew.
Oh, I know. I said Leandrew first, and then Andrew. We got lots of Andrew names.
Yeah.
All right, take care, guys.